So if you've been Netflix and chill without making money, then you've been doing something wrong, because there are ways to actually Netflix and chill and make money, and there are actually two ways to do that. I'm going to show you both ways. So number one, you can actually buy Netflix stock itself for growth, as in growth investor. Um, if you look at the Netflix price within 52-week range, it was at 211 to now is almost 485, so it's more than double your money if you invested in 52 weeks ago, so a year ago, right? If we look at that, and if we look at year target, it's about 463. At the moment right now is 429, so there are massive growth coming for Netflix, and this is because of Netflix has been increasing their subscription, and also they carb on they make it harder for people to share their password, so you can have less subscriber, but you have more viewers. So they've actually carb on that, and recently, of course, they've been making money. So there's potential for that, for the growth of Netflix. That's one way you want to do, if you want to do that way. But there's another way which I'm going to focus today on this channel, and this is way of passive income investing, which I always talk a lot about this. And by the way, if it's your first time, just make sure you actually subscribe, and if you look at my content, just make sure you share, subscribe, and like my video. So we go into the next one.
Never give up, never surrender. Put this money in your savings account. Buy your mama a house. Buy your whole family houses. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. And another one. And another one.
Yes, you hear that right. Another one, and another one, and another one. That's exactly what YieldMax ETFs has been doing. Where they've been adding more and more and more. They start with 3. Now there's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we've talked about all of these ETFs, or income strategy ETFs, and now they actually added another one, which is Netflix. We're going to talk about this, how much is trading right now, and what's potential for income, because we know these other ones have like a 66, 33, 45. So we look at the volume, we look at how much they're going to pay in dividend. By the end of this video, you'll be able to know that, and what's expectation for this Netflix itself. So we'll look at actually trading volume for that particular ETF. Look at the title Trust. That's a company that behind YieldMax. So we look at the opening price as today was 1966 and open 1967. We look at after hour right now is looking to go up about 4%, or more than 4%, almost 5%. Volume is about 10,000, so it's not that much. Average about 29. When it start trading, if we look at the all max, I think it opened about 1996. That was a couple of days ago when it came into the market, right? So it's a brand new fund, but we look at here, it has good footing. Expense ratio is 99. So we're just going to talk about what we know right now about this particular ETF. So this is itself NFLY YieldMax Netflix Option Income Strategy ETF. So overview of this fund is any other one. What we know so far, the distribution we don't know right now, but I'm going to tell end of this video how much they're going to pay. But what we know is the frequency. How much they're going to pay is going to be monthly, same as any other YieldMax ETFs. These ones, they all pay the same, and they all have that 99 management ratio. If we look at here down there, we have 0.99. That's management expense ratio, MER. That's a gross, right? So that's how you're gonna pay, including the trading fees and everything else, right? We look at net asset right now is about 3 million. So it's not that much, because the fund, it just came out on the fund inception was August 7th 2023. So it's a pretty just a couple days ago, because today is the 10th. So it came just of course a couple days ago, right? Not that long. So we're now looking to have match on asset under management, and share trade on New York Stock Exchange, which is a pretty good, because this is one of the it's the biggest exchange. So that's a good. So that the big exchange, there's a guarantee, of course, buying and selling of your ETF whenever you want to buy and sell, which is a pretty good. It gives you that stability and assurance. of liquidity. When we come to fund overview, of course, YieldMax or NFLX option income strategy ETF is an active managed fund that seeks to generate monthly income by selling or writing call options on Netflix. NFLY pursues a strategy that aims to harvest compelling yield while retaining capped participation in the price gain of Netflix. So what that means exactly, it is if you look at Netflix right now is about 429, but there's potential of gain there from 429 to 460 to 470. So because of the writing and selling of option, that will cap the participation. So you're going to get gain, but you might not necessarily get the gain exactly of the stock itself. But in return, you're going to get that yield of what I'm going to tell you. It's a massive passive income which you're going to get monthly, and if you add that one, that will give you your performance too. So if we look at the fund itself, Netflix, and if we look at the stock Netflix, we look at the volume of Netflix right now, it's about 7.39, so about 7 to 8 million traded. But we look at other ones, all of these, Amazon, Facebook, Google, right? We look at all of them, right? They have a very highest volume when it comes to trading. Their Tesla is one of the biggest one, has the biggest volume. It's a huge, it's a one about 140 million a daily trade, daily volume for a share being traded. When it comes to ARC, also has about 63. When it comes to Nvidia, has about 70. Apple has about 160, something like that. But even though Nvidia has less volume than Apple, actually Nvidia pays 45 and this pay 43. So it's all about volume and volume, but also volatility. So when we look at this one just came out, of course, last week. I made a video about this. You can check link below about that one. And if you want to know exactly how much all of them they generate their income using synthetic option strategy, you can check my first video I make about Tesla. But we look at all of them, they have 55, 66, 33, 45. So because of that, we can anticipate, because the volume of Netflix, or it's pretty much one of those 10 most active stock on a daily basis, right? We look at all of these tech stocks, including Microsoft, Nvidia, and Microsoft, of course, is not in here, but which is coming soon. They have really high volume and they are very volatile, and they are actually driving the market. And because of that, we are expecting YieldMax, as I say, I'll tell you exactly how much it's going to pay. We'll pay about 30 to 50. That's going to be max, which will be pretty much equal to where other ones are paying, about 33 to 45. It's because the volume and the way Netflix it is for many years, it's been volatile, and it's also goes hand in hand with these big tech stocks. So the yield I'm calling for will be about 35 to 50. That's just anticipation based on the data that we have. But if you want to know exactly how much they're going to pay, just make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button, because I always release the update on how much they're going to pay. We're not going to know that right now, because if you buy this stock, you're not going to get dividend until a month after, because it has to be traded for a month and they have to generate that income when they sell and buy and call, and that therefore they can pay you that dividend. Because as we know, they are going to use a synthetic option strategy to buy, sell, and generate that passive income. They are not holding the actual underlying stock itself. So that's pretty much it. If you have any question, or if you have any comments to add to this, just make sure you leave that below. And there are more coming actually, so just make sure you don't miss that, because we are almost about to get the magnificent seven. So we are only missing Microsoft. When it comes, it will be great. But what I like about this is just because now YieldMax has given us an option to actually have diversified portfolio rather than just having one. You can literally have 8 to 9 now, and of course the 9th and 10th are coming very soon, and they are coming pretty quick lately. And of course, the reason why it takes time sometimes is because you have to understand there's regulations and there's approval from the government, from the the SEC, which is the Security and Exchange Commission. They gotta apply. They gotta make sure they comply with all the rules and everything like that. So it takes time. But lately they've been coming because they have proven that they can. They've been doing great with their ETFs and they get money under management. So they really coming fast because last week they just released the three and now we have the fourth one. So just make sure you don't miss. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.